Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Tom, what are you doing?
I'm just disposing of my extra and expired pharmaceuticals down the toilet because it's safer than throwing in the garbage where an animal's gonna eat it and potentially really mess it up.
But they're going to dissolve and they won't get taken out by our local sewage treatment plant.
But there aren't that many pills here, and they're gonna get diluted by the water, and then they're just gonna get drained out into the lake, so they're gonna have no effect.
But you aren't the only one that disposes of the medication in the water. Many people do it. Think of all the medication that doesn't get filtered out.
Well, how is this gonna affect me?
Everybody needs water. Everyone drinks water. Imagine how many people are being affected by the amounts of drugs that are being put into the water system that we drink and consume because it doesn't get filtered out. It affects our children too because we're developing boobs and...
So you can't even say boobs, let alone boobies!
Even our children are being affected. Some are developing facial hair sooner, reaching puberty younger, and becoming taller. Some males are even developing breasts.
So being a nurse that I've worked in critical care settings, emergency and intensive care, it's given me a unique opportunity to see the struggle that our loved ones have daily against disease and infection. The basic things that we have in our arsenal to fight these things are antibiotics, antiviral drugs, anti-parasitic agents, all pharmaceuticals. Basically, to put it simply, we are fighting the basic laws of Mother Nature. The first one, the only thing consistent in life is change, and the strongest will survive. People are ill, and Mother Nature is trying to have their way with them, and we are trying to stop her. So we use these drugs then to fight the infection. Our bodies secrete the medications then through our urine and our stool, and they wind up in the sewer system. There's been studies over the last 10 years kind of monitoring downstream of our public septic systems that have shown that minute bits of our antibiotics and endocrine agents like your birth control meds have been winding up in our water table in the Great Lakes. The problem here is that bacteria have a unique ability to swap out DNA. When a bacterial agent, bacteria die, bits of their DNA are left floating around, and another bacteria comes around and eats it up and incorporates that into their own cellular structure. When we expose bacteria or viruses to small amounts of antibiotics, they become resistant to the drug. We've spent a lot of time and money to develop antibiotics, but by giving them in large amounts, the bacteria die. When we expose them to small amounts of the drugs, they learn to adapt. There are common drugs which are in the infections which are in the news these days. Super bacteria, methicillin-resistant staphylococci, vancomycin-resistant staphylococci are very common bacteria that have become resistant to our common antibiotics, and they are no longer susceptible to them. SARS, which is a viral illness, but again, it's been a hybrid disease caused by swapping out of genes that viruses have learned to adapt. So our medications that we have now are no longer effective against these bacteria. So by flushing these meds down the toilet, they wind up in our water table. Again, small amounts, even though that they are, the bacteria become resistant. That is the main problem.
Hi, I'm Candace. I'm a pharmacist here at Shoppers, and we all know that you shouldn't be putting your medications down the toilet or in the garbage, so feel free to bring your expired or old medications that you don't use anymore into the pharmacy, and we can send it away for proper disposal for medical needs.